Hello everyone, I am 𝘼𝙆𝙚𝙗𝙚 from Product Management function at Tally. Firstly, I would like to thank and congratulate you all to end the previous financial year on a high despite a difficult beginning for us professionally and personally. Every new year brings a challenge to it, and for that I am here today to show you some glimpse of our new major release, which is TallyPrime Release 3.0. It is planned to be delivered in this quarter so that we can start the year on a high. Let's start with tax rate setup. Even today, in the product we have the option to define the tax rates at multiple levels. Despite that, there are many improvements that we can do. So I will run you through some of the improvements we have done and how it is being implemented in the product. To start with, defining the tax rate at one level but defining the HSN code at another level was not possible. This was asked by many of you and our customers. So let's take a look at a business scenario where, assuming you are dealing with multiple items with different HSN codes, but all the items fall under the same tax rate. So you will not define anything in the HSN block and just give the rate details in the GST rate details. We are now giving the choice to the user to choose the order of the source which the system should follow. Even this order of source can be different for GST rate and HSN, giving a lot of flexibility to the customer to meet different business requirements. Also, it can be changed multiple times with an effective date so that the earlier transactions are not impacted. So now if we create any master, say for example a stock item, we can see that the HSN is not defined and can be specified here itself, whereas the GST rate has been taken as specified in the company. Now when we go to the transaction and select the same item, we can see that the source of GST rate is company, whereas the source of HSN is the item master. Another thing which you can see here is that the product clearly shows the source from which the details are being picked, and hence the user can be rest assured of its correctness. Now assuming that only for this transaction the user wants to override the HSN details, the same can be changed easily. In the similar manner, GST rates can also be overridden if required. Another common requirement is that expenses like stationery purchases, where each stationery can have different tax rate or HSN code, still needs to be booked under a single ledger. Users can just do that now, and they can also predefine items which they generally deal with so that the overriding is much easier. Let's see another feature which we are introducing. Say a party with whom you are trading was unregistered and has now been registered under GST. Now, without needing to create multiple address or multiple ledgers for that party, you can directly change the GST registration type with an effective date. Similarly, you can change the mailing details or the GSTN if required. The same flexibility is available when you make changes to your own GST registration too. I hope you understand the flexibility this will provide to our customers and how they will benefit from it. Now let's move to something really big. Let's say a company has multiple GSTNs registered across different states in India. Now, in Release 3.0 onwards, they can start recording all the transactions of different TINs in the same Tally company. Let's see how to create multiple GSTN registrations in a single company. The company already has 2 registrations, and now adding another one for Tamil Nadu. Just provide the details along with the applicable GSTN and just save the master. Now, transactions for Tamil Nadu registration can be entered easily. Multi GSTN in a single Tally company raises another need. We are providing the option to have multiple number series in a single voucher type. There are already 2 series created for this company, and now we will create a third one for Tamil Nadu. So, user now does not need to create multiple voucher types to handle multiple GSTN transactions in the same company. We can see that transactions of different voucher series are clearly distinguishable. Multi GSTN data in a single company will mean higher volume of data. Even then, in Release 3.0, GST reports will open instantly. You can now easily verify your GST returns consolidated across all tax units. This will help in planning your tax payments, ITC, etc. at a company level. However, surely you can also see the GST returns for a particular GSTN. Further, if required, you can do the save view with a particular GSTN so that it will always open for that chosen GSTN whenever you want to. In many scenarios, example, typo error, whatever reason, users might modify the transactions after export. Let's take a scenario. I go to a sales voucher and I change the quantity which was there earlier before export. Now, after I save this voucher and go back to GSTR 1, we have introduced a new bucket called Modified in Books After Export to help users track this easily. Despite various checks and balances in place, exceptions are norm in any business. Pending activities or advance exceptions, reverse charge exceptions, there are multiple examples which can happen not only in the current period but in other periods. Now, we are giving an option for the user to see all other actions pending for any other period apart from the period for which I was seeing the GSTR one. Further to add, various business scenarios exist wherein there will be a need to report transactions in subsequent periods. Example, I enter a June transaction after filing the June returns and hence I need to report that in the month of July. I just go to the transaction, change the GST return effective date to July and save the transaction. Now, in both June and July returns, it will show under the appropriate section for the user to track it easily. Similarly, if I modify a transaction after filing of the returns, it will automatically participate in the subsequent returns as amendment. I am sure this will add a lot of efficiency to return filing. Now let's look at something really important for businesses: purchase reconciliation. Even as you know, today we have it in the product, but there was a lot of room for improvement. In Release 3.0, we are getting GSTR 2A recon specifically for each transaction to ensure that the right status is always known to the user and they can take corrective actions if required. When we open GSTR 2A, you can notice that the book transactions are unreconciled. You can now import the downloaded GSTR 2A JSON file from the GST portal and perform the recon activity. On successful import, a summary is provided with the count of transactions imported. The imported data is displayed in blue color to differentiate it from the book data, and the recon status is available at section level also. As you can see, B2B is unreconciled, but import from SEZ is reconciled. You can further verify party or transaction level recon status. You can notice that supplier Neeraj Enterprises has not uploaded the transaction, and hence you can now take appropriate action. Additionally, intelligence has been built to show potential or near matches. We will show that to you too, but very soon. One major difference in Release 3.0 is that once you import the JSON, you do not need to re-import it again, as it is now a part of the company data. Isn't this a lot? Let me summarize it for you. We have enhancements to the tax rate setup. We have modification of masters with effective date, instant reports, handling of modifications after export or even filing the returns, visibility of exceptions across periods in GSTR returns, easy reconciliation. And this is not all. There is much more. So what else? Now, in our theme of working on non-compliance areas, we are bringing you another very significant enhancement in reports. As you all know, we today have the value and range filters in the report. But how many of our customers do actually know the difference between them? Do they actually use it? What we have done? We have made sure that it becomes very simple to use, and we have also added a lot of power in it by adding multiple new fields. In Release 3.0, we have revamped the filters, and the users don't have to choose between range or value options, but only one option, Ctrl F, apply filter. Say as a CA, I want to know how many cash transactions were made in a particular period. Press Ctrl F, simply type cash, press enter, and it's done. This shall list out all those transactions where the term cash has been used in any field of the transaction. You can notice that an indication of filter applied is displayed on top to know that you are viewing a report where filter is applied. You can also see here there are a few transactions listed which does not show details about cash. To know the details of the same, place the cursor on the particular transaction, select Alt F, filter details. It will show you where the match was found. Filter details shown, the term cash has been used in the narration field of the OD. Let us take another scenario. As an accountant, I want to know if there are any transactions passed for a weekend, that is Sunday. Again, simply type Sunday and enter. You can now see all those transactions that are passed for Sunday. If required, the accountant can take necessary action. Now let us see how I can filter for a specific field. Say, as a store manager, I want to know which all stock items fall under a particular HSN. Change the view of the report to stock item wise. Press Ctrl F and then F12. Enable the configuration. Select HSN SSE field from the list of fields. Type the required HSN and press enter. You can see all those stock items which belong to this HSN. These are some examples of single filters, but when we talk about filters, there are surely cases when users are required to use multiple filters at the same time. Say as a CA, I need to know cash sales that have been recorded for more than rupees 20,000. As you have more than one condition to view the results, you can use multi-filter and apply the filters. Select the required ledger by either typing or selecting from the list. And also add another condition for ledger amount greater than the required amount. It is that simple. Though we have simplified the filters to a great extent, we have also made sure that the existing users who are used to the current experience can also use the same, but with much more power. Just to add, this can be saved, and now I can open this every time I want to check this data for my customers' books of accounts. Just to connect back to the multi GST registration capability in 3.0, now even in non-GST reports, you can filter for transactions belonging to a specific GST registration. Say we go to trial balance. In F12, enable the option Show Transactions. Press Ctrl F. Select Voucher for applying the filters. Now, select Company GSTN UIN field from the list of fields. Enter the required GSTN. Isn't this powerful? I wish I was in front of you to see the excitement. I am very excited and the team is very excited to bring this to you and hope this will actually make our financial year a great success. Wishing you all the best. Please take care and thank you for watching.